Hi everyone, now I'm going to talk about how to create a relay and I/O driver. First, we need to know the APIs of the relay driver. They are relay on and relay off. Relay on is to turn on the relay, and relay off is to turn off the relay. And there's no API for I/O driver. And now let's come to the Edge Control software to create a new relay and I/O driver. First, we create a relay driver and name it relay test version 1. The port type here we choose relay and press OK. As what we did while creating the other types of driver before, we need to create function first because the APIs of the driver cannot be used directly in the feature. So we create a new function. For relay, we just need to create two functions. One is on and the other is off. Then we need to call the function in the feature. So we need to create two features. That's for the function creating and feature creating. And as I said before, driver event is like notice, is to send a message to the UI designer in order to do some action on event programming. So here we can try to create driver event. You just need to right click it and new driver event. And we name it relay status. I'm going to send the relay status to the UI designer. And parameters here, we need to define one parameters. And I'm going to define a string parameters. Name it status. In the feature, when it's on, I will send off to UI designer. So we use driver event trigger. Here we choose the relay status, and the status is off. And when I turn on the relay, I'm going to send on. And we can test for this driver. We can click the driver test here and we search for our processor. The connection port, I've connected it to the relay 4. Then we upload it. Driver started successfully. And here we call the feature. First to turn on the relay. And I run. It went on. And then call the off feature. And it turned off. And then we create a new I/O driver and name it I/O test. Version here version 1. And port type here, choose IO. Press OK. And I've said that there is no APIs for IO driver because IO is for collecting the level information. So we can see under the protocol, there's a communication folder, and there's a on rising edge and on falling edge. And then I can create 2 driver events to tell the UI designer that whether the level that the IR port collected is high or low. So we create the first one and name it on rising. And the second one is on falling. On rising, it means that the level the port collected is high, and on falling is low. And then in the communication, on rising edge, here we need to use the driver event trigger to tell the UI designer on rising, and on falling edge, on falling. Then we package these 2 source to driver package and add them to the project. Now come to the project manager and create new device. Device name is IO test. And here we bind the IO test driver. Press OK. Then we double click it to add it to the device explorer. And here we need to configure the connection here. I've connected the relay 4 to IO4. So the IO port, I choose IO4. And then create a new relay device. Name it relay test. Also, we need to configure the connection of the relay. Then add a JApp to show the interface. And there's a toggle, and we can see there's a toggle in the page. And I'm going to add event for this toggle. For on event, I'm going to turn on the relay. Call driver, relay test, relay on. And for off event, I'm going to turn off the relay. And now come to the driver events. Here we can see the driver events we created in driver manager was showed here. And on falling, I'm going to print fallen. And for on rising, I'm going to print on rising. And the relay status, I'm going to print the status. and then upload it to the processor. Oh. No connection. Here we need to choose the right IP. And then we open the H panel. To search for the processor, the account, password. Now, pay attention to the console box. If I turn it on, you print on, and it is unfolding. And I turn it off, it really turns off. And the I/O is on rising. And that's all for the relay and I/O driver.